And welcome into the Moyer Recreation Center, where it's a battle for atop the North Division. The Warriors and the Rebels. The Rebels coming in at 9-4-1, and the Warriors rolling in at 6-6-1. It'll be the Warriors wearing white, moving from left to right on your screen, while the Rebels will go from right to left. Starting in net for the Warriors will be Tate Pinch, the veteran, rolls into the game, playing quite well for the Warriors alongside his teammate Bialik. And down in the other end, it'll be Bowen Carpenter for the Rebels. As off the draw, the Rebels will gain first possession. Ball over to McAdam. McAdam on the right side. Cutter goes in through the middle. Pass doesn't connect. And now Wolney will grab that loose ball and head up floor. Wolney deep into Rebel territory. Dishes it back to Dickin. Dickin, drag move, and the ball goes loose. Over into the corner. Comes back up high near center, and the ball gets knocked back. They're going to say that was pushed back by the Rebels, but the shot clock's going to go off, and it'll be Rebel possession. Here's Kohut. He swings it over to Owen. Owen gets met there by a check, and he got the ball up high to McAdam. The ball was knocked loose, and now a battle ensues for it. And the ball's going to stay loose here with about 5 seconds on the Rebel shot clock. And the Rebels will just pick that up and throw it in the corner. It'll be Warrior ball. Ball up high. Carey swings it. Elliott, high shot there, goes off the glass. It's going to be over and back, and it'll be Rebel ball. Wanted to take this time to remind you to get your CROW LAX 50/50 tickets. Draws will take place on Canada Today with a maximum take-home of up to $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX on Instagram and X. Ball's brought back down into the Rebel zone, and the Warriors come back down floor. Carey inside to Royer. That's a shot high, stopped by Carpenter. Ball goes loose out in front, and some good patience there shown by Dewart, but Carpenter able to stay with it. And now breakaway pass in behind its target, and it's going to be picked back up by Wolney. But he's going to go back in with it, and it'll be Rebel ball. City of Fort Saskatchewan. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown parks in River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit Work and Play in Fort Saskatchewan. As the ball goes into the corner, and it's going to be picked up by McAdam. He gets hit. Now he works his way out in front of the net, and he scores. Carter McAdam with a great individual effort on the loose ball. And the Rebels have the early 1-0 lead. On an effort and hustle play there by the veteran. He's going to get his team out to a early lead. Simonson and Andrews on the draw. Ball goes and pops up near the Rebel bench, and it's picked up by the Warriors. Elliott, he's going to come down the right side. Ball moved up top to Dickin. Dickin swings it, or he faked like he was going to swing it. He keeps it. Now he throws it over to the left side. And the ball goes up against the boards. And now there's going to be a delayed call coming up here. We'll wait to see what the official call is. Looks like it's going to go against the Rebels. Still nobody making their way over to the box. Now it will be Caleb Simonson who goes over. It looks like it'll be a 2-minute holding call. So the Warrior power play will go to work. Now we have a little bit of a delay here as official Sean Reed has to go over and have a discussion with a Rebel. Must have been some pushing and shoving behind the play. And Dewart will start this off. Elliott up top to Royer. They work it over to the left side, not handled by Wellner Bate. He rushes over to pick that loose ball up. Wellner Bate, and he scores on the broken play. He was chased out to the boards on the loose ball, and he was able to pick it up and run across the top, pull it low on the short side. It's 1-1. And that penalty kill was brought to you by 5-2 Projects. This penalty kill brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet your unique needs of each client. Committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. So 1-1 here with 16:30 to go, opening frame. Ball goes loose. It's picked up by Blake Cameron. He's going to run into the Rebel zone. And he hands it off to Liam Elliott, who throws it to nobody here, and it's going to be picked up by the Rebels. And break for Seth McKenzie, who threw that wide. He's going to go pick up the loose ball in behind the net and bring it back out. McKenzie over to Owen. He skips down the right side. Pick set there by McAdam, and then Owen with an opportunity that missed the net. Although they gave him a reset, so it must have hit a piece of pinch, and Flat will come away with a loose ball. Flat hands it off to Dickin. Dickin and Dewart on the right side. A little bit of a swim move by Dickin, and that caught a piece of Carpenter. And the Warriors will get a reset. Now a heavy hit inside. Carey with the shot, handled by Carpenter. And here come the Rebels. Big man McBride, former captain of the CROW last year, and he threw a bad pass, but luckily it got right back to Baker, who threw it down floor to Owen, and he had a shot on the doorstep. Owen gets thrown down in the corner, and they'll say Rebel ball. Simonson swings. McAdam right into the glove of Pinch on that hard outside shot. And Wolney is double teamed on the far boards. Wolney trying to bull his way through traffic. Now 3 guys come over. And it's going to be Rebel ball. They probably called him for pinning the ball against the glass, as he can't withhold the ball. Pook down the floor. Gets it over to Baker. He steps around a man, and he scores. As he shoots it low on Pinch far side, it's 2-1. So some scoring here early on. 3 goals, just over 5 minutes of play. Ball back and picked up by the Rebels. That's Reynaud. He gets it over to McAdam. McAdam gets it to Kohut, gets it back. Now back to Kohut. Kohut up across the top. Kohut down Main Street. That's a good stop by Pinch. Ball goes loose. Picked back up by the Rebels. McKenzie had that knocked away. And he's going to push and shove with Redlick. And the Rebels get a reset here. McAdam swings it. McKenzie out in front of the net, and he went right underneath his defender, Flett. Pinch saving the day there. McAdam. Ball is going to get skip down to the far crease. Not handled, and Flett comes away with possession. 13:28 to go here, first period. The Rebels holding a 2-1 lead. In a game the Warriors need like blood if they're going to win this division. As the ball gets sent in on net, and they do give them a reset here. Royer, Elliott, back up to Royer. And Wellner Bate gets it back to Elliott. Way out on the outside here. Tried to skip it down to Royer. Now Carey gets decked. Looked like that might have been high. No call, though. And Elliott, long outside shot. Handled easily by Carpenter. And the ball's going to bounce back down into Warrior territory. Elliott races back. He's chased by Longmire. Now Weldner Bate gets it down low. Now the ball over to Dickin. Dickin rolls back. Dickin. And that goes through Carpenter. Looked like 5-hole. It's 2-2. Oh, they're waving it off now. A really late call here. They're going to say no goal. I'm guessing somebody might have been lying in the crease or something was going on around the crease. And so it'll remain 2-1. And the ball's picked up by Lentz. Lentz has the ball pop out of his stick in behind his own net. But now Menon will race out into Rebel territory. And just before he gets there, they'll say 8 seconds. Pook with it, right to the net. Got stripped as he tried to go through 2 Warriors. And Wolney will come back out over center. Vimy Ridge Academy at Vimy Lacrosse. Excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors. Dedicating to molding well-rounded student athletes, Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sports, academics, and growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. As the Rebels come across the top with a shot, rebound, and Baker gets denied. Looking for his second of the game. Back down floor. Redlick bulls into a defender. And steps back and takes a shot. Right into the midsection of Carpenter. But now he creates a turnover. And Redlick is going to be triple teamed over on the far boards. Redlick spins away from traffic. And he gets the ball out safely to Graham Dickin. That pass wasn't handled by Carey. Ball's going to bounce out near center. And Dickin will pick it back up. Dickin. Long outside shot. That's handled by Carpenter. Dickin. Winding, firing, and that got a piece of Carpenter as well. The Warriors really settling for a lot of long outside shots. It's not going to cut it if they're going to want to have a serious chance of winning this game. Elliott, a guy they really need to get going. Elliott, that shot from the right side, handled as well by Carpenter, and now the Rebels transition. Hit behind the play here. Rebels slow to get up. No call, or there is a call with the trail referee. McKenzie with the ball up high. McAdam winds, fires, and he scores low. That's 3 now that have beaten Pinch on the far side low. So McAdam picks up his second of the game on the delayed call. It's now 3-1 with 10 minutes to go in the first period. And off the draw, Warriors gain possession. And they'll come back down. Dickin on the right side. Hard pick there set by Dewart. He gets it right back to Dickin. He winds and fires. Another shot coming from about 40 feet out. Dickin again from well out. That's wide, and it's going to be a Rebel ball. Ball's tossed high to Simonson. He quickly gets it over to the lefties. Now back to Barrett. Barrett inside, and that looked like McAdam, who got a cross check on the back right on the doorstep. He'll draw a call, and the Rebels up 3-1 will go to the power play. And that power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance. Smith Insurance Services brought to you, or they aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Baker up top with it. Baker winds, fires, stopped by Pinch. The Rebels will get the loose ball. Ball moves, and a little quick stick there off the right side. Goes wide. Now another shot. That gets soaked. And here comes Andrews for the Warriors. Andrews stops up. Now he starts to run again. Now fairly deep in Rebels territory. He comes back out with it, and he gets thrown down. Elliott. Draws a couple Rebel defenders. Now he comes back out with it. Elliott gets dragged down, and that'll be a call. And we'll go to 4-on-4 here. It looks like Longmire will go to the box. So with 8:25 to go here in the first period, the Rebels holding a 3-1 lead here at home. We'll play some 4-on-4 for the next minute and 8 seconds. Wellner bait. Winds, fires, and he scores again. That's 2 now from well out for Wellner bait. It's 3-2. I think all 5 goals in this game have been low. To the far side on Pinch and to the short side on Carpenter. And that's another draw win for Wolney. And he gets it to Stashnik, who's hit hard there by Zorniak a few times. Stashnik still with it. He's gonna get pushed back over, but they decide not to call it, and then the ball will sit over with Dickin. He swings to Wellner bait. Tried to get that to Luke Royer in the corner. He's gonna go have to recollect. Royer over to Dewart. That quick stick goes high. It'll be Rebel possession. McAdam to Kohut. Left side. Kohut's going to wait for some help here as the Rebels a bit slow to change. Long outside shot by Kohut, and that behind the back attempt fell out of the stick of McKenzie. The ball's pushed back into the Warriors' crease by McKenzie, and Pinch will look to outlet. Now Lentz set up with a suicide pass. He gets knocked down, and they'll call 8 seconds. It'll be Rebel ball. Rebels now killing. And off that broken play and a little bit of a desperation shot, it's going to be Luke Royer in. Royer, and Carpenter just fights that off. The ball almost trickling in. And so the Warriors will set it back up. Dewart, Elliott, back up to Royer. Royer, right in, and looks like he hit bar. Somehow that stayed out. He had about half a net to shoot at. He had Carpenter leaning the wrong way, but it stays out. 10 seconds left on the Warrior power play. Wellner bait. Back up to Dewart. Dewart skips it, and that quick stick in and out of the stick of Dickin. Dickin gonna fight for it. He kicked it back, but it's gonna be right to Longmire, right out of the bench or right out of the box. He'll defer to Calix Simonson. 6:12 to go. First period. Rebels 3, Warriors 2 here from the Moyer Recreation Center. Good stop there by Pinchu. After McAdam tried to go far side. Low once again. Flett gets it out to the half wall. Carey holds it. And that is going to go in. And I was completely screened. I did not even see where that was shot from. If anybody is wondering at home, there's all these panels in the box, and you can't see half the floor. But the Warriors are going to even this one back right up at 3. I'll wait for the announcement, and I'll try to let you know who got that one. Sounded like it was Elliott, according to the PA in-house here. As the ball gets worked over to the half wall, Owen, McAdam, Pook is going to dance around with it, and he gets it back up to Kohut. That low shot didn't even get on net, according to the shot clock. And Andrews will outlet right to Redlick. He's met at center floor. Redlick's going to control this and run right to the net, and eventually he loses it. He takes a couple of whacks from McBride. Muir, Carey, and he floats that right into the R of the crest of Carpenter. That pass way high for Longmire, and the Warriors will repossess. City of Fort Saskatchewan. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown scenic parks in River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Elliott. Ball swings. Carey. He got tied up and tackled. No call. And the Rebels come back up floor. Baker. Now Barrett. Barrett had that ball knocked down on the shot. And it's going to be picked up by Flett. Flett has a little bit of an opportunity to go, but the Rebels got off pretty quickly, and Scrimshaw able to creep out the back gate. 3:51 to go here, first period. All knotted up at 3. Royer swings it. Elliott. That shot's handled. And Brown will send a long bounce pass up floor where it's grabbed by Walsh. And now the ball was sent across the floor. Owen is going to have to go pick that back up. And he circles back to Kohut. Shot out of the corner. No danger there. The Rebels get a reset, though. Owen swings it. Shot by Pook. That hits something. So it won't be over and back. Ball over on the left side. Little bit of a flip pass over Mackenzie's head. And here goes Gordon. Lachlan Gordon steaming in, and he got taken out on the partial break. And the Rebels are going to go to the box. Couple of guys yelling off the Rebel bench, not liking the call. We'll see what they officially call it. Might have been too many men. And the Rebels not liking it. But the Warriors are going to go to the power play. And that means that this penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meeting the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. Up across the top, Wellner bait, down to Dickin. Dickin over to Royer, and that shot got knocked down by an active Rebel stick. Battled for in the corner, picked back up by the Warriors. Elliott. That shot got through, and it's picked back up by Dickin. Elliott, right shooter, back up top to Dewart. Dewart, far crease, back up to Royer. Elliott, Royer skips it. Ball got picked off. And Scrimshaw, who actually went with the Warriors to the Founders in Port Coquitlam last year as a pickup and got himself a national title back with his regular team. And he's going to rag the ball. Now in front with a little behind the back pass. Kind of surprised everyone. Got it to Walsh and now was stopped. 1:25 to go, opening period. The Warriors with about 40 seconds remaining in their power play. Dickin, Elliott, down to the crease, and that's a great no-look feed as he hit Wellner bait for his hat trick. And the Warriors take a 4-3 lead. And now Walsh, who had come out of the box, said something to official Sean Reed, and Sean, having none of that, puts him right back in. And if you're the Rebels coaching staff, you cannot be happy with that. Those are the types of things that can absolutely bury you. And so the Warriors will go right back to the power play. 1 minute to go here, first period. Warriors now leading 4-3 as they're slow to put the goal up on the clock. And now the ball's going to turn over and go into Rebel possession. Ball with Simonson, far side. Couple of Warriors over there with him, and now Baker's going to control it and get it back up to Simonson. Shot. That was taken by Simonson, and it went well wide. And it'll be the visitors' ball. I'm looking at the Warrior bench right now, and the head coach of the Warriors, looks like he's instructing them to hold this and make sure they basically get last possession. If they hold this to the very end of the shot clock, the Rebels will only have about 3 seconds. That looks like what they're going to do here is Dewart's going to slow play it up high. As they start to run something here, Elliott, Dickin, that shot gets taken. And netminder Bone Carpenter is just going to hold it, send it into the ceiling, and that's going to do it for the first period of play. With the score, the Edmonton Warriors 4, the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels 3. I want to thank you for joining us here on the channel, CROW LAX TV. All you got to do is hit subscribe. You'll be notified every time a game goes live. We'll be right back here from the Moyer Recreation Center with the score, the Edmonton Warriors 4, the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels 3. We'll see you back here in about 9.5 minutes. Check, check, check. Yeah, I don't hear anything. Yeah. Okay. I find it so distracting. I never heard that before.
11 and a bit left of the third period.
Yeah, Florida's gonna get one before like the 5-minute mark to have a chance.
If they fucking manage that. Edmonton down here scored a fourth goal, but Florida's on a power play right now. They have 5 seconds left of it.
Oh, really?
I have no idea who got the penalty. I have zero clue. They got one shot in last power play. Florida. That's it. .36 left in the third. Good?
Is it third or is it second?
Nope, it's third. 11:22 left in the third. It's 3-1.
Eric, did you notice anything about the goals in that period?
All
Like a
far
common
right.
thing? Yeah, well,
all far right, kind of five.
our far low, like on pinch, all far low,
Yeah.
and on Carpenter, all short side low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all low, yeah.
Yeah.
Stewie had a good save there. Glove, he caught it with his glove. The boys have been doing good. It's just a matter of keeping it out of their zone.
Fucking Welder Bates scores a 1-1 goal, walks by the bench and shushes them. Like, dude, it's 1-1. You got no more to give me, eh?
I have nothing more to give you.
I need to change the tripod to make it so the 2 legs are down here and 1 leg's up there.
Yeah, this is fucking glitching out again. Alright, y'all ready there, Mo?
Yeah.
Alright, let me know when you're ready and I'll switch it back to the game screen.
Sounds good.
Make sure you unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know when I'm back. Okay.
And welcome back into the Moyer Recreation Center, where the visiting Edmonton Warriors hold a 4-3 lead over the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. Big time performers of that period. Wellner Bate already with a hat trick for the Warriors, as he got a couple of goals running across the top on outside shots. Also had a quick stick look. And Carter McAdam leading the way for the Rebels with a pair of goals. And the Warriors will begin the second period with 53 seconds remaining on that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to Walsh. So that was some time to operate here. Redlick is going to pick up that loose ball. And that's going to give the Warriors plenty of time to work with. Dewart right side. Dickin looks at the net, gets it back up, gets it back, and he rips that. That was soaked by a Rebel defender. Now, right in! Luke Royer goes high on Carpenter. It's 5-3. Luke Royer creating something out of nothing there, as he was able to just kind of walk down the side from the shooter position, froze Carpenter, and buried it up high. So that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty comes back to bite the Rebels. And the Warriors take their first 2-goal lead of the game. Now Andrews gets knocked down off the draw. And Fort Saskatchewan comes away with it. Into traffic. Ball is rolled back out to Owen. Owen Gets hit there by Redlick, and now the ball's picked back up by Menon. Menon down the far boards. He stops up and circles back. And he's going to get it to Luke Royer. Dickin, swim move. He flips it back up top, and Carey's going to lose that. Two Rebels were standing right with him, and now Calix Simonson breakaway, and Simonson scores as he beats Pinch up high, and that's a quick answer for the Rebels as they create that turnover. So quickly from 5-3 to 5-4, and the Rebels find themselves back within one. You know, once again, this is a massive game. The Warriors currently trailing the Rebels right now by 6 points. They do hold a game in hand. They have this game and one more remaining against them at home. That basically finishes the season. And if the Warriors are able to beat the Rebels both times, they'll put themselves in position to win the division because they'll hold the season series advantage over them as well. And if the Warriors run the table, they've got a pretty weak schedule remaining. Both teams really do. And if the Warriors are able to grab these 2 wins against the Rebels, they're going to put themselves in a really good position to win the division and have home floor in the playoffs. As the ball goes loose, and it's going to pop up and be picked back up by the Rebels. And the other reason why it's so important is the Warriors have yet to win a game. If they win here tonight, that'd be their first road win of the season. Both teams much better inside their on their home floor. Baker into the corner. He's going to look to dish, but now he's going to try to work his way across the top, and good save there by Pinch. And he outlets to Lentz. Lentz, long lead pass, but that was behind Dewart. Looks like the Rebels are going to head back to the box here. Perhaps too many men. Or no, this time it's a Warrior player headed to the box for too many men. So the Rebel power play will go to work here with a chance to even this up. This Rebels power play brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They're here to help you buy it. Ball up top, Kohut. Shot. Baker had that shot soaked, but he picked up the loose ball. Tried to go short side high on a little bit of a lean to the far side, back to the short. Good stop there by the veteran netminder, Tate Pinch. Wolney drags it into the offensive zone. Keeps it. Now he rolls it over to Dickin. Dickin getting met there with a couple of stiff checks, and he works his way out to a crease dive. Stopped there by Carpenter, who stood tall. And now Royer is getting knocked around by a couple of Rebel players. Ball eventually goes loose. And the Rebels, with about a minute left on their power play, head back north. Barrett. That shot's well wide on the power play. Probably not the best shot selection there, but luckily for the Rebels, they get the ball back. Kohut right into the middle for McAdam, and he was in prime real estate for an opportunity, and Pinch able to make that one. Here's Redlick. Redlick has to lead the league and trying to run through guys. Eventually got it off, and the ball's now on the stick of Elliott. Dickin. And that long outside shot was dangerous. Carpenter just able to get enough of it to fight it off. And here come the Rebels. With 10 seconds remaining on the power play, ball goes loose, and now it's going to be picked back up by the Warriors. And Dane Menon. Menon loses that, and the ball is going to bounce back down into the Warrior zone, and it's going to be picked up by Brown. Brown, the big man out of Lloydminster. Gets it back up high to Kohut. 15-18 to go, second period. Warriors 5. Rebels 4. In a big one here in the north. And now the ball was tossed out in front to Baker. Just missed him on a little bit of a pick and roll. Ball up high. Shot. That goes wide. Now a delayed call coming up. They might be taking both of them. We'll wait and see here. Initial signal looked like both guys are going to the box. And that's what they're going to do. So Kohut and Pennock will go to the bench for their respective teams, and we'll play some 4-on-4 lacrosse. City of Fort Saskatchewan. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Work in a thriving community. Visit their downtown parks in River Valley. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. So as we go to 4-on-4 here, and the Warriors holding a 5-4 lead, it'll be Baker starting to play back up. McAdam hops around the right side, swings it to Simonson, gets it back to McAdam, and McAdam completes his hat trick. It's 5-5. So McAdam joins Wellner Bate with hat tricks for their respective teams, and we're all tied back up here from the Moyer Recreation Center. The ball's picked up, and now it's knocked loose, and it goes right into the stick of McKenzie. Ball into the corner, now swung, and Barrett with an outside rip, and it's 6-5. So we quickly go from a 5-3 Warrior lead to a 6-5 Rebel lead in just about 2.5 minutes here of game time. Now this game swinging back and forth, and what looks like it's going to be a high-scoring affair. And the Rebels look like they know where they want to shoot on pinch. Everything, for the most part, has been low. Simonson did beat him up high on a breakaway, but for the most part, they've been going low with success as Brody Stashnik leans into a defender. He loses his balance, and now it's going to be picked up by the Rebels. Ball's loose. Now it's picked up by the Rebels. Pook is in down through the near corner, and that gets turned away by Pinch. Flat. Luke Royer. Royer floats one in. Stopped. Dewart with the rebound and the loose ball. Dewart. Shot. Low on Carpenter. Another stop for the netminder, and Wellner Bate picks it up and swings. Dickin looks. Nice pass. Josh Dewart in, and he scores far side. And it's 6-6 as these teams continue to trade blows. Dewart was just left wide open, completely naked, and he was able to grab that and walk the crease. Draw, and it's going to be missed by a Rebel player. It looked like he was going to bring it in, but they're going to get the interference call, and the Rebels will have possession. 13:36 to go here, second period, all tied up at 6. Want to remind you to get your CROW LAX 50/50 tickets. Draw will take place on Canada Day with a maximum take-home of up to $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information. CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. And as I say that, it looks like Kyler Andrews has made his way into the box, and the Rebels will have a 4-on-3 power play. And this Rebels power play brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They're here to help you buy it. Now, ball on the crease. Barrett. That's stopped. Wolney is going to fight for it behind the net. Ball goes loose, and it's picked back up by the Warriors. Menon with good work to come out over center. He and Flett do a lot of the getting the ball up the floor for the Warriors. Key players for them. Menon goes in deep into Rebel territory, works his way behind the net, looking to hand it off. Now he gets it to Dickin. Dickin knifes his way in, and that goes off. It looked like it went off a Rebel stick, but they say it went straight out, and so it'll be Rebel possession with a minute 12 to go here in the man advantage. 12:40 to go in the second period. And that's a turnover by the Rebels, and that's going to really do damage to this power play as the Warriors can get rid of at least another 25 seconds of it here. Elliott, shorthanded. Elliott's going to stand up on the wall. He swings it into the middle, and Royer does what he does so well, cuts off ball to the net, and that shorthanded marker is going to give the Warriors the lead back at 7-6. So we've had a couple power play goals. We've had shorthanded goals, plenty of even strength goals. And these two teams playing like this game matters. Ball up high. Kohut. Baker goes down low. And Simonson backpedals in behind the net. As that pass was kind of forced into Baker. He had to tiptoe the crease. They say he stayed out, but Pinch able to make the save. Now Josh Dewart, and he got stopped in turn by Carpenter. As we go back and forth again here. Transition looks for the Warriors shorthanded. As they now get out of the box and they go back to even strength. That ball goes loose into the corner. It's picked up by Barrett. Barrett, a little bit of a stutter step, rolls underneath. Now he comes back up high with it. And the ball swings back over to Kohut, who ripped it off the short side post. And he'll gain that loose ball. Now Barrett, another outside rip that didn't have much chance. And he's going to pick up that loose ball, though, out in front of the net, and that missed. Up over top of the net and wide on the far side. Kohut. Ball's back up top. Baker. Baker shoots, and that goes, look like under the glove of Pinch. It's all back, knotted up at 7. And the draw comes back, and it's into the stick of the Rebels. We're going to come back into the offensive zone. Vimy Ridge Academy. Vimy Ridge Lacrosse. Excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sports, academic, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. The Warriors come back away with it. 10 minutes to go here, second period. All tied up at 7. In a game that's going to determine a lot in how the North plays out here as we move down the stretch here. Just about, I don't know, a month away from playoff action. Carry over to Dickin. Dickin goes 5-hole. It's 8-7. And that's one that Carpenter definitely will want back. So each team trading blows here, and every time one goes down, they seem to get tied back up. They seem to answer. Little mini 2-3 goal runs by each team as Wolney comes away with it off the draw. Wolney goes in behind the net. Warriors need to send some guys out here for him to dish to. Eventually they do. He's got to move it though. Now he rolls it to the boards, and it's going to be picked up by Dickin. Dickin, or with Muir with that shot. And the ball is transitioned out. McKenzie. McKenzie's still with it. He was able to pick the ball back up off the floor. Looked like he thought about flipping it over to Baker, and then the ball popped out, and as he went to go pick it back up, I think he stepped in the crease. And they give the Warriors the ball. Dewart, near side, pick set. Dewart swings it over. Wellner bait. Huge first period for the Warriors. 3 goals. Elliott. Elliott is going to look. And he rolls that in on Carpenter, and that's going to get a reset as it goes up and out of play. Dewart in front, and that was Royer jumping across the crease. I don't think that went in the net, but regardless, they call crease violation, and it'll be Rebel ball. Barrett rolls around his man, and now he circles back. Backdoor pass, and that was a good stop on the short side as Simonson snuck in. Baker. Ball into McAdam, and that shot got soaked, and here come the Warriors in transition. Menon's going to have to work through heavy traffic, and he gets stripped. As there was a couple Rebels waiting for him, and he really didn't have anywhere to go. He had to try and kind of force his way through, wasn't able to do it. Now Kohut, that gets stopped. Ball swings. That shot's taken. That goes well wide. As Gordon and Owen tied up in front of the net here. Looks like we got a reset here coming for the Rebels. I'm thinking maybe the ball went out off the Warriors. As the ball swings back over to the right side. That shot blocked. Ball back up top. Simonson skip pass down to the far crease, and did Pinch get a piece of that? It looks like he did, because they're going to give the Rebels the ball back. Ball swings. Simonson gets it back over to the righties. Barrett running shot. Misses. Baker, a little bit of a forced one there, and now picks up the rebound off the boards and scores. It's 8-8. And so with 7:06 to go here in the second period, we're tied up once again. As this thing has vacillated between being tied and either team being up by 1 or 2. As Redlick right in front of the net, and then lost it. Tried to force his way through a Rebel. And the Warriors will reset here. Wellner Bates going to have to save this. He does just that before it goes up back over center. Ball in the stick of Dickin. Backdoor feed. That was too high for Royer. The shot clock is going to go, and it'll be Rebel possession. .6:29 to go here, second period. All tied up at 8. I want to thank you for tuning in. CROW LAX TV with you all season long through the playoffs and the Larry Bishop Provincial Tournament as we crown an Alberta champion and send them off to Hamilton, Ontario for the National Championship, the Founders Cup. All you got to do is hit subscribe and you'll be notified every time a game goes live. Ball moved, and that was well high of its target along the boards. The ball bounces harmlessly in behind the net or into the corner, and the Warriors are going to come away with it. Flat to Elliott. Here's Elliott looking. He gets it over to Royer. Royer gets grabbed there. Had a handful of jersey. No call. Carey. That shot got soaked. Carey's going to pick this back up and just throw it down the floor. But Royer did grab that, but no time left. Be sure to get your 50-50 tickets. Draw will take place on Canada Day with a maximum take-home of up to $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. 5 minutes to go, second period, all tied up at 8. So the Rebels going to work this ball in front, and that was Pook able to get that shot off, and Pinch able to go down to his knees and fight it off. McAdam winds, fires, misses the net. And the loose ball is picked up by Lentz. Lentz runs around a little bit with it and just rolls it right back into the stick of the Rebels. McAdam up top. Kohut. Simonson over to McAdam, back up top to Simonson. Simonson got that ball to Baker. He ripped that to the short side, missed. And now the Warriors come back. As we go underneath 4 minutes here in the second period. In a tight one, a barn burner from Moyer Recreation Center. In what is once again a huge game between these two. Dewart, Wellner bait. He's going to step into one here, and he actually decided to come back up with it and kind of float it like a changeup on Carpenter. He handled that. And the Rebels in transition. That looked like Zorniak with that opportunity. He kind of had the ball knocked away from him as he tried to shoot, and the Warriors come back down. Here's Carey. Carey, Elliott. Nice behind the back to Elliott or to Dickin, but it jammed him. Couldn't grab it. And now Dickin works his way out of the corner. Dickin, swim move, gets pulled down, and he's going to take a run at a Rebel who evades that check. And the Rebels will come back with it. Bajma able to transition that. Here's Kohut. Kohut tried to feed it inside, and that was just too tight of a pass to make. Baker trying to get inside there. It'll be Warrior ball. Here's Lentz. And Menon was run over on a suicide pass by Longmire. They'll give Warrior, or they'll say Warrior ball here. There's a hard collision as Royer, Wellner bait, Elliott, and Elliott pulls it to the short side. It's 9-8. And I said earlier that the Warriors needed Liam Elliott to step up a little bit after coming back from injury, and he really has here. He's got a couple. They got a nice pass on a backdoor look earlier, and they needed some of their other O guys aside from guys like Luke Royer and Dewart to step up, and they've gotten some of that here as the Warriors take a 9-8 lead with 2:34 to go here in the second period. Wellner bait. Hard to miss on your screen. He's got left foot green, right foot orange. Maybe you could call him the Rainbow Man if you want. I don't know, but he's having a big one here for the Warriors as the ball goes into the corner. And it's going to be picked up by the Rebels, who have done a pretty good job of making sure they collect those loose balls deep in their zone. Walsh going to run right out in front of the net, gets grabbed. Nothing called there, and now the Warriors come back. Here's Menon. Menon going to shoot, and he ripped that to the far side before he took a hard hit from Brown. I said it before, Brown is a heavy guy. I would imagine he's probably close to the 240 range, maybe even heavier, as the Rebels come back down into the offensive zone. That's a hard outside shot taken by Baker. Turned away, and now the ball's in the stick of goaltender Pinch. He bounces it to Menon. He's taking some rough treatment, and now he just gets tackled. That was just, I don't know what the Rebel player was thinking there. Looked like Owen put both hands on the back of his jersey and just tugged him down, and the Warriors will go to the power play. I think anybody who's played this sport, especially at a high level, will tell you, like, there's things you can get away with, but the easiest call for a referee is when you can see both of your hands come off your stick and grab the opposing player, and that's what happened there. So the Warriors will go to the power play with a minute left in the second period, holding a 9-8 lead. Ball with Elliott. Dickin. Dickin back up top. Dewart. Wellner Bate drags and is going to hold on to it. Back up top to Dewart. Dewart tried to skip that down to Royer. That got knocked down by a good Rebel stick. Shot clock is down at 4. Rebels just trying to keep this loose. McAdam does a good job of doing that. He took his man hard into the boards, and it'll be Rebel ball with 34 seconds remaining in the second period. I should mention that this is also another penalty kill for the Rebels, which means it's brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meeting the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. Now it looks like the Warriors are going to call it timeout with 13 seconds remaining in the second period. Already on the power play, I doubt they take Pinch out just to go 6-on-4, but we'll see. They'll try to draw something up. Now it looks like the players are almost going to discuss it amongst themselves on what they want to do. I want to take this time to remind you, CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre died by suicide aged 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. As we get set here to resume play, 13 seconds. It was actually 13.6. They ran a half second off the clock, but either way, here's Dewart. As the seconds tick down, Dewart up across the top to Royer, and that gets turned away by Carpenter, and that will do it for the second period of play with the score. The Edmonton Warriors 9. The Fort Saskatchewan Rebels 8. Once again, all you have to do to be notified each time a game goes live is hit that subscribe button, and you'll be set all the way through the regular season, the rest of the regular season, the playoffs, and the provincials being held this year in Airdrie, Alberta. 9-8 the 9-8 the score after 2 periods of play. We'll see you back here in the Morier Recreation Center in just under 10 minutes time. And welcome back inside the Warrior Recreation Center, where it is the visiting Edmonton Warriors leading the hometown Fort Saskatchewan Rebels by a score of 9-8. The Warriors will have 55 seconds remaining on their power play that's going to overlap the second and third period as they look to try to extend their lead early in the third period. I want to thank you for joining us here on CROW LAX TV. Here with you all Junior B Tier 1 season long as we go down the stretch here of the regular season into the playoffs, and of course the Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament, the provincials that will crown an Alberta champion and send off to Hamilton, Ontario for the Nationals, the Founders Cup. The ultimate prize in Junior B lacrosse as the ball gets sent up to Elliott, and he's just going to leave it there for Dewart. Elliott drags it a little bit, gets it back from Dewart, goes in behind the net. Wellner bait back in behind the net. Elliott up to Dewart. Dewart winds, fires, and he scores! As I think he caught Carpenter a little bit off guard, or just a little bit not, I don't know, I don't want to say he wasn't ready, but he didn't look set. Dewart kind of shot it off his back foot and took a little bit off of it. And I think it surprised Carpenter. It's 10-8. And a lot of coaches I know tell their kids all the time, you don't have to blast the ball through the mesh. Pick a spot. And if you're accurate, you got a good shot for that ball to go where you want it to go. And the Warriors restore their 2-goal lead. Wellner bait out of the corner. Wellner bait, and he scores. And the Warrior veterans are showing up here in the third period. And I think there is something to be said about when certain people are around. Not necessarily just like, I'm not talking from an X's and O's standpoint, just their presence and the amount of buy-in they have from the players when it comes to coaches. And I think having Greg Cornfield here makes a big difference to this Warriors team. Their offense is clicking really for the first time all season on the road here. As now the Warriors, with all the momentum, are going to cause the turnover, and Redlick is going to come away with it. Redlick into Rebel territory. Dewart swings it. Carey out of the corner. Carey, and he got knocked down out in front, but got the shot off. Good stop there by Carpenter. And we'll see what the Rebels can answer back with here, who've shown a strong ability to answer every time that they've faced adversity here in this game. McBride with the loose ball. McBride. Owen picks up the loose ball, gets hit in the head. No call, though. Now, there is a call. West got it. And that's going to be a Rebel power play. And that is a good call. It happened right in front of me. Dewart will go to the box. So with 18-11 to go, and the Warriors now up 3, it'll be a Rebel power play, and that means that it's going to be brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They're here to help you buy it. As a loose stick is chucked into the Rebels bench, we're going to get back underway here. Simonson backpedals in behind the net. In front, quick stick, and McAdam got stopped there by Pinch, and here comes Wolney. Another big boy for the Warriors comes in to enemy territory, and he goes around the net. Wolney tried to roll it to Dickin. That did not work, and Rebels will come back down floor. These teams have only met once so far this year. They drew 7-7 early season here at Moyer. And they'll play here. They'll finish this game here tonight, and then they'll meet one more time for the first and only time at Bill Hunter during the regular season, Friday, July 12th. And if the Warriors hang on to win this game, that could be for the division. And likely will be, as Barrett picks it up. Barrett is going to just walk and work his way into the Warriors zone leisurely. Simonson with a goal in this one. On that breakaway he had earlier, stopped as the shot came in from Baker. And here come the Warriors. Gordon's got to walk the line here. He just got it off in time as Dickin controls. As the Warriors have just under 30 seconds to kill here. 16:35 to go, third period. Warriors 11, Rebels 8. Ball is tossed in to the corner with the shot clock a little low, and the Rebels will come back down floor with about 10 seconds to go on their power. Rebels are going to need guys like Kohut, McKenzie, Baker, McAdam to get it done for him right now. And McKenzie with a golden opportunity right in the middle of the floor. Now a long lead pass. Dewart out of the box. Dewart! And that's a big save by Carpenter as the Rebels can't afford to let this lead extend any further with just under 16 minutes to go, already down by 3. Baker. Ball up top. Pook off the bench. Bit of an unorthodox player, Pook, but pretty effective and very quick as the ball gets thrown in on net, and it's picked up by Flett. And he's going to run. He's going to be chased there by Barrett. Passes in behind Dickin. And he's going to be met there by Vetch. And now the ball gets picked up by McBride. McBride to the net. McBride is going to have that knocked out of his stick. And here come the Warriors. Ball was sent down low to Royer, who got tangled up with the defender. And that's another good loose ball by the Rebels defense. And it's been a strength of their game in this one, is anytime the ball's kind of gone loose in the corners or in behind the net or around the net, they've done a pretty good job of cleaning those up and not letting the Warriors have extended possessions. Ball inside. Owen got that knocked down. And here's Flett. As he almost paddleboards out to center. He's got that unique cradle as he gets it over to Elliott. Now in front of the net, and Royer got turned away. Carpenter has made about 3 big saves here to keep this at 3. And if the Rebels are able to come back, this little stretch by him has given them a chance. And now there's another delayed call here coming up to the Warriors. As somebody yells brutal from the stands, which is pretty standard at a lacrosse game. Ball gets swung back up top. Baker winds, fires, goes wide. Picked up by Simonson. Ball gets put in the stick of Owen. Up top, Baker, and that, I couldn't tell if that missed the net, or I think it got tangled up in the feet of Pinch. And that's going to mean that the Rebels' power play is going to come back onto the floor with 13:46 to go in the third period. This Rebels power play brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They're here to help you buy it. As Pennock will go serve this one. Ball up top. As it moves around, Kohut back to Barrett. They're going to play catch. And Kohut, shot comes in on Pinch, and that's stopped. Here comes Wolney. He tries to make his way over the center line in time. The ball is going to go loose, and that's a good turnover caused by the Rebels. That makes a big difference in your power plays if you're able to retrieve the ball quickly and let your offense set back up. Basically gets them another possession, but now they turn it back over, and Flett has that knocked away. And here's Barrett. Barrett walks in, and Pinch stands tall. Pinch hops out of his crease. Carey got thrown a bad pass, and the ball pops back to the Rebels. About a minute to go in the power play. 12:50 to go, third period. Here's Simonson. Quick stick. That's stopped by Pinch. And now another shot comes in, and now an interference call, and it'll be Warrior ball. Warriors with 40 seconds to go in the kill are going to have that ball knocked away. And now Redlick is going to throw some rabbit punches on, I can't tell who that is yet. Might be, it's Brown for the Rebels, and now they're going to really throw him. Redlick throwing haymakers. Redlick has Brown tied up. Brown unable to get free, and Redlick takes him into the boards. That's going to do it for that fight. I'd give that decision to Redlick, who took on a bigger man and was able to get his hands free and did some damage. Brown just looked like he was tied up from the beginning. And Redlick able to get... It's hard to tell I'm across from the, I'm on the other side of the ring, but it did look like Redlick caught him a few times pretty good. And so they'll sort this out. It should be 5 minutes each for fighting. And they'll leave the game. And it'll be Rebel ball. So the Warriors still having 35 seconds remaining on their power play. Won't have possession here, and that means that the Rebels have 35 seconds remaining on their power play. So they'll have a full shot clock to use here as they go 5-on-4. Kohut. Now's a tough pass for Barrett, who goes and picks that off out of the corner. Ball in behind the net. Ball up top. Back over to McAdam. McAdam shoots far side, and he scores. And that's a big power play marker for the Rebels, and it's a 2-goal game once again. I want to thank Vimy Ridge Academy. At Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, dedicated to molding well-rounded athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting edmonton.ca/lacrosse. And the ball is brought over, and a Warrior went into the crease, got shoved in, and it'll be Rebel ball. Now the ball gets tossed up, and here's McKenzie. McKenzie shoots that high. And now the ball's picked up by Lentz and the Warriors. Ball knocked loose. And here's Menon. Just, I think, wanted to avoid the 8-second count and threw it down the floor. 11-11 to go, third period. The Warriors holding a 2-goal advantage, 11-9 here from the Moyer Recreation Center. Baker spins around. Takes a hack. Swings it. McAdam is going to go in the corner and chase it. And it's picked up by the Warriors, and that's Pennock. Pennock gets it up. And the Warriors are going to try and transition this up floor. Deep in the corner now. As Dickin. Down low. And that was just shot off on the near post. It looked like Wellner Bate tried to throw a fake far side, come back short, and Carpenter able to close that off. And now another, probably what you would call a bad penalty, is going to be taken behind the play. It looked like Dickin is going to get nabbed this time. He'll go to the box, and with 10:13 to go, it's going to be a Rebel power play. Brought to you by Smith Insurance. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They're here to help you buy it. And so Dickin will go to the box for a cross check. And with 10:13 to go, the Warriors will be shorthanded. Ball up high with Kohut. Kohut skips it. Now back up with Baker. Kohut, McAdam, Baker, and that shot goes off a body or a reset, or went off pinch, and he's going to grab that shot, and he's going to look to go up floor with it. Here's Carey, all alone here for now. And he goes deep into Rebels territory. Couple of hacks there, and he sends it up high. Elliott, Royer, second guy comes over, and he somehow got a shot off there as it went into the crease, and it's picked up by Carpenter. Just over a minute to go in the power play, and just over 9 minutes to go in the game. Warriors 11, Rebels 9 here. This is a big moment in the game here. Can the Rebels narrow it down to one again, or can the Warriors get out of this with a kill? Kohut, and that goes into the chest of Pinch, and here goes Flett. Nice pass to Elliott as he threw it around two Rebels. Warriors can kill most of the remaining time here. Wellner bait. Looks. That goes into the crease, and it's picked up by Carpenter. 15 seconds to go on the power play for the Rebels. They got to hurry if they want to get a decent look here. As we tick to about 5 seconds on the power play now. Simonson. Baker. He's going to shoot, and that goes wide. It's going to be over, and well, the Warriors are going to pick it up with Dickin right out of the box, and here goes Graham Dickin. Dickin weaving his way to the net, and that's going to turn back over, and the Rebels will eventually pick this up. So we dip under 8 minutes to go. Pook, far side. He gets knocked down, back over. It'll be Warrior ball. Aggressive play there by Wolney to cause that turnover. Wolney met there by Barrett. He turns back, gets it to Dewart. Dewart down the half wall, gets it up high to Elliott. Back to Dewart. They set up a bit of a two-man game here. Dewart across the top, shoots. Elliott rebound, and Elliott outweights Carpenter and throws it over top of him. And I think that's a hat trick for Liam Elliott. It's 12-9. So it's 7:27 to go. The Warriors now lead by 3. Cameron picks that loose ball up. He drops it off for Menon. And you'll probably see the Warriors really use shot clocks now and try to grind this game down. Limit fast break opportunities for the Rebels. Ball goes back into the stick of McKenzie, who outlets nicely up floor. Kohut, stutter step. Kohut thought about shooting, turns back with it. Kohut holding. And he's going to look into the middle. Simonson, and good stop there by Pinch. 3-goal lead at this point of the game is pretty significant. You think about it, 6.5 minutes to go means about 13 total possessions left. That means the Rebels will have 6 to 7 looks back down the floor. And when you got to score on 50% of your possessions just to tie it and shut the other team down completely, odds aren't great. As Dickin picks this up. Dickin, and he winds and fires that wide. And the ball is going to be picked up by the Rebels as they come back down floor. In need of one real quick here. Barrett almost pushed back over the line. He's somehow able to avoid that as he got caught a little bit flat-footed. But now he throws it back into his own territory. That'll be back over, and it'll be Warrior possession. Ball over on the far side with Dewart. Dewart waiting for maybe a pick to come. None arrives, so he'll take a shot from way up top. Ball goes loose, picked up by Elliott. Elliott winds, fires. That goes wide. Menon almost picked that rebound up, but not able to bring it in. And here's McKenzie. Oh, and that was a hard, high hit. And that did not look good. And McKenzie looks like he might, I hope, it looks like he's all right. So I'd imagine this be a 5. We'll wait for the official call. It looks like it will be a 5. So the Warriors will have to kill off a major. And anybody who doesn't know how a major works, you could score up to 2 goals on the major, and then that offending team can substitute on, so they go back to 5-5, but that player has to serve the remainder of the 5 minutes until there's a dead ball. Ball up, swung, and that ball goes loose. It's picked up by McAdam. McAdam, Kohut. And McAdam took his eye off the ball there. He's going to miss it, and it's going to be Warrior ball. Don't really see what they saw, or I don't really see what they called there. So I can't tell you, but nonetheless, it'll be Warrior ball. Dewart, carry. He sends it back over to Dickin and then gets it back. Carry underneath. Dishes it back up, but that's going to turn over here. And here's Walsh. With 4:22 to go in the game and 4:09 to go in the power play. As the Rebels trot back onto the floor. Ball in the stick of Baker. Ball down low, and it's moved back in behind the net. Kohut had that ball fall out of his stick, and now here's Andrews. Andrews is going to lose possession here, but bumps his man. Now the ball stays loose, and now Flett's able to pick it up. And that's going to drain a little bit more clock in the Warriors' favor. And now Elliott misses that pass, and the Rebels will gain possession again. Simonson, far crease, Baker. Baker winds. And now Wolmy makes his way into the Rebel zone. 3:20 now to go. Dickin looking around. Floats it over to Dewart. Warriors obviously in no rush here. Elliott. Royer. Dewart shoots it off his back foot into the stick of Carpenter, and the Rebels will come back down and set up their power with 2:48 to go now. And time is really becoming an issue now for the Rebels. Sloppy pass there, but it's going to be picked up by McAdam as he saves it off the glass. Baker Kohut, and he rips it. Looked like 5-hole or somewhere down by Pinch's foot, and it's 12-10. With 2:21 to go in the power play, the major, and 2:32 to go in the game. Want to thank you for joining us here on CROW LAX TV. All you have to do is hit subscribe. You'll be notified every time a game goes live. And it's been a good one here from Moyer Recreation as both of these two teams looking to claim the North Division. And a win in this game would go a long way into doing that. As Baker goes back to McKenzie. Inside McAdam, and that got fought off. And now back in front, McKenzie, and he outweights Pinch and throws it into the gaping cage. And suddenly it's 12-11. And the Warriors penalty kill here. Struggling. I mean, all of a sudden the Rebels are right back in it. So as I was saying, now that there's been 2 goals scored, that's the maximum. So they'll go back to 5-on-5, but Gordon will stay in the box until the 5 minutes fully expires and there's a dead ball. Ball's won back. Here come the Rebels. Now in front, and Bajma crease dives, and he scores! That's 3 goals in the matter of about 45 seconds of game time, and it's 12-12. And somehow Bajma was allowed to just sort of walk to the net there. His defender never really got position on him. And Bajma did a good job of not stepping in. It's a guy that doesn't get a lot of offensive opportunities. He got one there, and he did the most. He made the most of it. Good, and that's a clutch goal for the Rebels, as Cameron has that knocked loose. And at this point, if you're the Warriors, this is not a game that you can afford to lose. And that's going to be back over. In a game you need more, and a game you led with, by 3 with 2:45 to go or 2:50 to go, whatever it was, this cannot escape you. I mean, they got work to do now as the Rebels have evened this one up. Ball in front, and that's stopped by Pinch. Rebound, and that didn't, I don't know if that got through, but McAdam comes away with the loose ball. 1:22 to go here. Moyer Recreation Center, as a couple of players are lying on the ground here. One from each team. They get up. McAdam muscles his way through a couple of guys, and now he swings it to Simonson. Simonson, long outside shot. That hits something. It won't be over and back, but it will be a shot clock violation. And the Warriors, with a minute to go here, will have possession. Elliott swings it. Carey, he's working over there with Luke Royer. Swings it back over to Dickon. Dickon, a little bit of a awkward shot there. Goes high. Dewart flips it into the middle. Tried to get it to Dickon. That got knocked down by a Rebel stick. And they outlet, but it's turned into the stick of Carey. So the Warriors will have a reset here with 37 seconds to go. Dickon, right side. Up to Dewart as the 2 big righties go to work here. Dewart elects to take a long outside shot with 17 seconds on the shot clock. It's picked back up by Royer. Royer, and he rips it far side from well out. And it's 13-12 with 21 seconds to go here. And if you're talking about the Junior B division and clutch, I think that's the one name that most people should have come to their mind first, like instantly, is Luke Royer. He's able to go and reclaim the lead here after what was a valiant run here by the Rebels. They still got time here with 21 seconds to go here. 13-12. Warriors take back the lead. The ball goes loose off the draw. And it's picked up by McKenzie, and that's going to be a timeout by Fort Saskatchewan with 13.7 on the clock. Once again, if you want to be notified every time a game goes live, don't have to worry about looking at the schedule or looking where games are going to pop up. Just hit subscribe, and you'll have a notification sent to your phone every time a CROW LAX game is about to begin. As we sit here in the timeout, we'll see what the Rebels can come up with. They'll undoubtedly go 6-on-5. They'll take Carpenter out. And I would imagine that they'll throw somebody into the middle, use them as a bit of a bumper, set picks, and try to draw somebody in with them, and then either look backdoor for a guy coming in on the crease or maybe seal down and try to get a shot from up top. Looks like McAdam's going to go into the middle here. So McAdam, the ball's with Owen. Ball swings. Kohut has that fall out of his stick. It's picked up by Baker. Baker winds, fires, and that got disrupted. And that is going to do it here from the Moyer Recreation Center. The final score, the Edmonton Warriors 13, the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels 12. The Fort Saskatchewan Rebels drop to 9-5-1, while the Warriors go to 7-6-1. Once again, final score from the Moyer Recreation Center, the Edmonton Warriors 13, the Edmonton Warriors 13, the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels 12. I want to thank you for joining us here on the channel, and we'll see you again soon. Good night, everyone.